welcome to another episode of Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey, and I am a psychic clairvoyant medium and also an energy healer or spiritual healer. Today's video is going to be about the divine masculine initiations. The divine masculine initiations. So, currently on our earth, we are going through a very big phase of reigniting what we know to be masculine and feminine. And as our earth moves up into higher expressions of being, we also get an opening of more divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy. And just depending on what polarity you resonate with the most, you will resonate with one or the other. We all have both within us, but you will be strong. You will have one more strongly within you. And this video is focusing on the divine masculine initiations, the divine men. So first and foremost, it's actually quite a very, very big process to start to have our earth be initiated back into the king energy. We have not had the king energy here in a really, really long time. We have had our divine men sleeping. We do not know. I'm for some reason I want to talk about the pharaoh energy. A good example of, just so I can explain it, is that we have the pharaoh who ruled with a kind, firm hand and had a happy and abundant civilization and was guided by the divine feminine. So we had the high priestess. And then we also had the pharaoh who was ruled by his ego and wanted the high priestess or the divine feminine so he would look good. And he had a civilization that eventually crumbled in on itself. He had war, he had famine, and he had strife. So we've got two archetypal masculine energies. But we are going to talk about the divine king essence and the men who are the kings. Okay, so I've written down a bunch of notes here about what I'm going to speak about. And first and foremost, when it comes to planetary initiations into the divine masculine, these divine men, and also for the next few years, depending on your soul pathway with the divine masculine as a man, you will go through an incredible initiation pathway into that divine masculinity. And when it comes to spiritual initiations, they are not easy. You are not meant to know. You are not meant to see the full picture. You are not meant to know what's around the corner when you're traversing what's going on and what you're experiencing. That is the whole point of spiritual initiation, that you are challenged to see through illusion, deception, lies, and distortion. A true king cannot be fooled by such things. So it is necessary for our men to go through planetary initiations or spiritual initiations guided by the divine feminine from the cosmos or along with their higher selves. But you experience those initiations on the earth plane. You are living it, you are breathing it, and you are experiencing it, and you are experiencing those spiritual initiations, all of it. So, the basis for a lot of our divine men with these initiations into the divine masculine is that, first and foremost, you must know the difference between the divine feminine and the inverted feminine. I call it the inverted feminine, or we could call it the dark feminine, but I'm just going to call it inverted feminine, the feminine who is false, the feminine who is lies, the feminine who portrays herself to be the divine feminine but is full of deception, lies, illusion, and black magic. divine feminine is love. And so for the divine masculine to know, truly know what love is and what divine feminine is, and make it through those spiritual initiations, he must first come face to face with everything that is not of the true divine nature of who he is and who his divine love is. So, yes, the inverted feminine. So just like we have duality on the earth plane, we have duality in the psychic realms. It is 100% necessary for our divine men and our divine kings to go through initiations where they are faced with incredible distortion, lies, and deception that play out through the physical realms but are happening in the psychic realms as well. And it's sort of like traversing this pathway of confusion and not knowing where you're going, and you think, yes, I am going to support this, or I'm going to do this. Instead, you come out and you are fooled again. You are backstabbed. You are stolen from. You are all these things, and you did not see it. How could this happen? That is a part of spiritual initiation, spiritual discernment. So it's almost like these divine men will be asked, what cosmic pathway are you choosing? And in order to reach kingdom within you, you must first know everything that is not of your king energy. And to truly see what it means to embody divine masculinity. You do not get let into those divine gates, into your masculinity, until you see the truth of all illusion and deception, including the false feminine. That is your biggest initiation, the false feminine. And it's almost like we have a bit of a war, a psychic war on our kings and our divine masculine energy here on the earth. But it's a necessary rite of passage as a man. When you go on the journey to embodying your divine masculinity, you must traverse the realms of deception and illusion. Otherwise, and then make it out the other end. Otherwise, you are never ever going to know your kingdom. You are not going to know the divine feminine. You are not going to know abundance, and you are not going to know the cosmos in your own light. So you make the choice through your initiation period. The purpose of, so it's necessary as we go through these initiations, as our men go through these initiations and sort of deny everything that they've created and traverse the spiritual dimensions and move through those initiation levels into their king energy. It becomes, you get self-embodied and initiated into your divine masculinity and into the true king energy. Just like you've got distorted queen energy, you also have distorted king energy, where we've got, it's the same. You have to know the difference about what is the true kings of the earth, and this divine masculine energy, and what are the true divine feminine energies of the earth. It is all part and parcel of initiation into higher spiritual realms. You must see and know the truth for yourself, and no one can walk that pathway for you. And it becomes about embodying the divine masculine and becoming the king essence, and embodying it and knowing it and being it and expressing it. You become the king. So you're moving through the spiritual dimensions of initiation, lover or distraction, friend or foe, supportive or unsupportive. If I put my investment or money in this, what's going to happen? Where are you putting your energy? And quite typically when these men go through these initiations, they will 100% be chucked everything for quite a while until they make it out the other end. You do not get initiated into the divine masculine energy unless you have truly seen everything for what it is. You do not get access to the divine masculine or the king energy if you are not true and honest and pure. And for the next 3 years, we are going to see a lot of men go through very, very vast awakenings as they feel as things sort of collapse in on them. And marriages, families, jobs, and they start going through this process of clearing out everything they're not, so they may become the true kings of the earth. And to be a king, you do not need to have a kingdom. That's all essence. That's all essence. And then you start to embody those really high spiritual morals and ethics. You deny trash. You deny the inverted feminine. You deny energies that are not of love and light and truth and purity. You begin to become intolerant of lies and deception. And you can see straight through everything. A king cannot be fooled. What have we got? Yeah, friend or foe, purity or poison. And quite routinely through the initiation pathway, you'll be faced with two very different energies. One will be masquerading as the false and maybe pretend to be the light, and then you have the light and you need to make the choice. Which energy am I going to support? What are you supporting as a man? So, and then it becomes about standing for love and truth, and also the cosmos asks our divine men to return back to the kingdom within and return back to the divine feminine. So this also has to do with Atlantis and the fall from our consciousness when we did have the last era where we did have this king energy open and operating. We now have a new era beginning, and so these divine men go through different initiations into the divine feminine and into love. So they must face everything from the lower realms and the lower distortion realms that is not of the divine feminine, and then they must make their way back into the divine feminine, most likely being guided by a woman. And the woman, they will not tolerate, the divine woman will not tolerate your lies, your distortions. She will not allow you to come into those gardens if you are not pure in your heart. King energy is pure and kind in his heart. He is truth, he is integrity, and he is honesty. And it's something you deeply embody with the divine masculine. There are no lies. And it's an energy, and usually you can tell if a man's embodying it because you can feel it. Especially if you're a very in tune woman, you can feel the purity of this man's essence. And so, and now as we move into this new era, the kings are sort of initiated back into love now. They're initiated back into love, welcomed back into the divine feminine gardens, but not before they have traversed all their lower nature, all the darker spiritual realms, seen the truth, and moved through distortion and denied it. You do not get access to the divine feminine unless you stay pure and honest. So, and these kings do not tolerate lies. They are so pure and so sturdy in their morals and ethics, their higher selves, this king energy that you can embody as a man. I just like no crap. If you just think about a man who embodies straight masculine, and then we don't know what it looks like because we haven't had models for it, but it's pure, it's powerful, it's divine, and it's beautiful. So they make the pathway through the cosmos. They make the pathway in the cosmos, and then we have the other men following through into the king energy. And then we get a building of king energy on our earth and of the divine masculine. And we start to know the kings again, and we start to love the kings again, and we start to celebrate masculinity again. So yeah, it's pretty much like a cosmic initiation into the kingdom within. And these men will be faced with everything they have created that is not of purity, essence, and truth from their higher selves and from the king energy of the cosmos. Alright, so that's all for the divine masculine energy. That is a very brief insight on what will begin to take place over the next few years for a lot of groupings of men, and having very, very big collapses, very, very big awakenings, for the purpose of moving through planetary initiations into divine masculinity, into leaving behind the unloving man and welcoming in the loving man, the loving king, and welcoming and moving away from distortion and illusion and back to the divine feminine. So it's almost like the divine masculine had this journey from Atlantis where he fell into density, and then he moved through. It had all these experiences, and now he's at the part of his cosmic journey on the earth where he has to push through all the distortion and illusion from the past, say no to lies, say no to deception, and move forward into the higher spiritual realms and be initiated back into love by the divine feminine. So that is what will begin to take place for many, many, many now. And we will start to see a return of the divine masculine. But not first without calling out the unloving king. First we need to call out the unloving king and the unloving queen as well. And we need to see those energies for what they are. And we need to call them out, and we need to witness them, see through the deception and illusion, and move into truth. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for watching.